in the gray dawn of a Polish village, where mist clings to the fields and church bells echo across the river, a child was born whose soul would one day reflect the mercy of God Himself. Her name was Faustina Kowalska, the third of 10 children, poor in everything but faith. Her father was a carpenter, her mother a quiet woman who prayed the rosary while bread baked in the oven. Life was harsh, but the girl's eyes already carried another world, deep, calm, and strangely luminous. From childhood, she loved silence more than laughter, prayer more than play. When other girls dreamed of silk and suitors, Helena dreamed of a man crowned with thorns. At 7 years old, she felt a voice in her heart whisper, "You are mine." She did not understand it then, but the words marked her forever. As she grew, she tried to live like everyone else, dancing, smiling, working as a maid to help her family. But the voice would not rest. One evening, at a village dance, while music filled the air, she suddenly saw before her a vision of Christ, beaten and bleeding. His eyes, filled with sorrow and love, looked straight into hers. "How long?" he said. "Will you make me wait?" Trembling, she fled into the night and ran to the nearest church. Falling before the altar, she whispered, "Lord, tell me what to do." And the answer came softly, "Go to Warsaw. Enter a convent." She left everything that night, her clothes, her friends, her dreams, and boarded a train with nothing but faith. In Warsaw, she knocked on many convent doors, and each one closed. "You are too poor," they said. "You are too young." At last, one opened, the Congregation of the Sisters of Our Lady of Mercy. There she became Sister Maria Faustina. Her life was hidden, simple, almost invisible. She worked in the kitchen, scrubbed floors, cooked and gardened. Yet in the midst of routine, heaven opened. During adoration one evening, she saw a vision. Jesus clothed in white, one hand raised in blessing, the other touching his heart, from which 2 great rays streamed, one red, one pale. "Paint an image according to what you see," he said, with the words, "Jesus, I trust in you. I desire that this image be venerated throughout the world." She wept, overwhelmed by the weight of the command. "Lord, I am nothing but dust," she said. "How can I do this?" But he replied, "Your nothingness draws my mercy." She obeyed. With the help of her confessor, Father Michał Sopoćko, the image was painted, the divine mercy that would one day circle the globe. Yet at that time, no one understood. Some mocked her, others thought her delusional. She was sent to hospitals, examined by doctors, silenced by suspicion. But she bore it all with serenity. "My Jesus," she prayed, "if I am to be misunderstood, let it be for your glory." Her diary, written in obedience, became the vessel of her soul. In its pages, she wrote of visions, voices, and conversations with Christ, but above all, of mercy. "The greater the sinner," she wrote, "the greater the right he has to my mercy." Her words were not theology, they were tears turned into light. The sisters who lived with her said she often seemed to glow during prayer, her eyes fixed on something unseen. At night, she would kneel for hours before the tabernacle, whispering, "Jesus, I trust in you." She saw angels, souls in purgatory, the light of paradise, but she never boasted. "The Lord speaks to the heart that listens," she said, "and silence is the language of God." Her health began to fail, but her spirit only grew stronger. The hidden nun from a poor Polish convent had become the silent heart of a divine mission. Night after night, fevered and pale, she continued to write, her trembling hand tracing words of fire and tenderness. Mercy is the greatest attribute of God. The tuberculosis burned her lungs. Every breath was pain. Yet she offered it for others, the lost, the doubters, the broken. Suffering, she wrote, is the forge where mercy is born. One night, while praying in her cell, she saw a vision of the whole world wrapped in darkness, cities burning, nations at war, oceans rising, and above it all, Christ's light spilling from his heart like a river. He said, "Only through my mercy can humanity find peace." From then on, her mission became urgent. She prayed for every soul, from the dying soldier to the child who had never heard his name. She would whisper, "Jesus, I trust in you," until the words became her heartbeat. Her confessor, Father Sopochko, began spreading devotion to the divine mercy, but skepticism persisted. Some called it naive, others heretical. Faustina remained calm. "The truth will shine," she said, "when the world is most in need of it." In 1937, her illness worsened. She was sent to a sanatorium outside Krakow, where the sisters cared for her like a living relic. They often found her lost in ecstasy, her face serene as though she were already half in heaven. Once, a nurse entering her room saw her bathed in soft light. Faustina turned and said, "He is near." The nurse saw nothing but felt peace so deep she wept without knowing why. Her diary grew thicker, over 600 pages of dialogue between the soul and God. "Mankind will not have peace," Jesus told her, "until it turns with trust to my mercy." She begged for the world, for sinners, for priests, for the dying. "O blood and water, which gushed forth from the heart of Jesus," she prayed, "I trust in you." Her last year was a crucifixion in slow motion. Her body wasted, her voice faded, but her eyes shone brighter than ever. On October 5, 1938, she asked the sisters to pray the chaplet of divine mercy with her. As they reached the words, "Have mercy on us and on the whole world," she smiled faintly and whispered, "Everything is mercy." Then quietly, she died. A soft light filled the room, and those present said her face looked like someone who had just seen heaven. She was 33 years old. At that moment, no one imagined her writings, her visions, or the image she had commissioned would one day spread to every continent. Decades later, amid the ruins of war, her message was rediscovered, a whisper from another time that became a roar of hope. The image of divine mercy was carried to homes, hospitals, prisons, and battlefields, its rays of light embracing millions. Her diary, once hidden, became a map of mercy for a wounded world. Pope John Paul II, who had grown up in the same land, scarred by suffering, canonized her as the Apostle of Divine Mercy and declared the Sunday after Easter as Divine Mercy Sunday. Standing before the world, he said her words had saved his generation. "In the mercy of God," he declared, "the world will find peace." The film would end with her vision, Christ standing in white, his rays of red and pale light flowing outward across the earth, through oceans and mountains, cities and deserts, touching every soul who dares to trust. The camera would pull back slowly, showing the world bathed in quiet light. Over it, her voice, calm, clear, timeless. "The greater the misery of a soul, the greater its right to my mercy." Then the screen fades into the image itself, the rays expanding, merging, until everything becomes white. In that infinite brightness, her final whisper echoes once more, "Jesus, I trust in you."